Okay guys and girls, it's that time of year again. It's Long Drive for Drought. It's back. This is the 4th annual Long Drive. We're going to hit the road very shortly. But what is Long Drive for Drought all about? What are we doing? We're raising money for farmers.
That's right, mate. That's
Why
right.
is that, mate?
Well, look, great cause again, raising money for our primary producers. First year, $40,000, and it's come all the way 4 years later, and the target is 100K to raise for the guys out west that look after us.
And there's been a lot of prep going to this. Now, this is basically a 40 series vehicle convoy event, but things have changed for a few of us. I've done 3 runs now in a 40. Mate, we're doing things a bit different with the Long Drive this year.
We are, mate, we are. We're taking the families. It's because it's such an epic trip. The itinerary is just amazing. So we've decided to bring the family along this time and not just rule them out, you know?
That's right. So we're not only taking the families to do it, we can't take Richard's shorty and we can't take my ute. So we've loaded up the 60s.
That's it, mate.
And the prep that has gone into this, it's been quite intense. We've pushed in the hoist a little bit here at Mr. Landcruiser.
That's right. Well, look, they're 40-year-old vehicles. Anybody that owns one knows that they are bulletproof, but they need a lot of maintenance to get you there. We're about to do the drought run is what, 3,000 k's, and we're going on to do a total of 6,500 kilometers in these vehicles. So they need to be in tip-top condition. That's
right. So I'll go into more detail, but when we finish the drought run at Birdsville, we'll give you a bit of itinerary. Where we finish the drought run at Birdsville, Richard, myself, a few 40s, a few 60s, we're going to cross the Simo Desert, we're going to go Mount Dare, Uluru and beyond, and make our way north, back around home to Queensland.
So anyway, more about the drought run. What's the itinerary, mate? Where are we going?
Mate, it all starts on the 24th. We've got to leg it and get down to Gundawindi.
Yep. And
Gundawindi is just more so the meeting point.
It's the official start.
The official start, a meeting point, and then that's where we're off. So the 24th, we're at Gundawindi. The very next day, the 25th, we leave and head to Moree. On the 26th, we head from Moree to Hebel. And from Hebel, on the 27th, you'll find us at Yulo. And the fun doesn't stop there. After that, we go from Yulo. On the 28th, we arrive at Eromanga.
Yes, that's right, mate. So after Eromanga, we're on the road to Windora on the 29th of August. From Windora, then we leave to go to Baduri on the 30th of August. And then we get to the 31st of August, where we'll be leaving Baduri and travelling to our main destination, which will be Birdsville. And then day 8, Birdsville races, mate. It's going to be really, really exciting. I can't wait. Right, so there's been a lot of prep, and I've done a lot. This vehicle's come a long way, so I'm going to show them mine. Are you going to show them yours?
I will show them mine if they're interested in looking.
Nice one.
Let's hit it now, mate. Let's look at yours.
Let's do it. Right, quick rundown on the 60. In typical fashion of mine, I've not liked to use anything new. So we got a second-hand donk out the yard, checked the compression, chucked it in, and it's been a dream. So second-hand turbo, the old exhaust manifold that we had off the old engine, had that machined, sorted that out. So that's the engine, and it drives an absolute dream. We've fully rebuilt the 5-speed to put up with all those big Ks, because it was making a few noises in 4-wheel drive. I've got new boots on it, especially for the trip, and I've gone with these Kendra cleavers, all-terrains this time. I'm over muddies and the droning noise from the road, so I've gone for the all-terrains there. And upstairs, we've got the Bush Company rooftop tent. This really is a game changer. I've had this on for a while now. I've got one on the trailer as well, and with the solar and everything that can fit up there, the UHF aerial, I'm really, really loving that. It makes traveling really easy, popping that thing up and just getting into bed. Everyone else is still setting up when I'm having a beer. It's bloody awesome. Round the back, we've got a rear tyre carrier and a jerry can holder on the back there, swing arms, because we're going to need loads of fuel for the drought run and for the subsequent crossing of the desert. Well, that's really what's going on out here. Obviously, mechanically, we've gone right through this. I've even got an old limited slip diff in the front of this, because we've done the swivel hubs and had the front end apart. Same with the rear. I've got the air locker in it already. It should be sweet mechanically. Come and check out the inside. It's not very clean and tidy, but it's definitely functional in there. Oh, we're going this way. Simple stuff in here. Not much has gone on. Just tidied up some of the dash. We've got one of the main things, my favourite things, is I've extended the gear stick here, and I've got a piston out of a chainsaw that I've made. I've managed to get in there, and that's my gear knob. I'm pretty happy with that. It's pretty sad, but I like it. Anyway, we've got the Department of the Interior overhead console here, housing my UHF. It's got an additional speaker and some interior lights. This thing's awesome. It's also got storage up there for bits and bobs when we're on the road. Other than that, she's got the old turbo spring seats in it, so it makes my life comfortable, and everybody else can jostle around in the back with the leaf springs. Other than that, there's not much going on. We've got a stereo. That's all you need. You don't need much to cross the desert. Oh yeah, and how can I forget the JTX headlights with the halos, and we've wired all this in so it all works with the indicators and the parkers. Loving these things. You don't need spotties anymore. They're awesome.
Okay, exciting times. We're finally pretty well prepped, and I'm going to start with under the bonnet. Since Richard's done a walk around on this a few months back, that engine was tired. Like Richard, I plucked a used one out of a wreck and it died. So 12 HT time. I bought a wreck, bought a 61, put the 12 HT in, actually pulled the box, the motor out, did the necessary things, cooling, what have you, the odd Welsh plug. I put her straight back in and she's ready to go. For this trip specific, I had a few little gremlins. Most of them were underneath. Just when we further investigate the pinion and the uni, all of a sudden we had some oil in my wheel bearings. A lot of investigation. Found out the diff had died too. So this was the ultimate time for me to whack in a locker. So now I've got a rear locker. I've never had one in this vehicle. Again, working at Mr. Landcruiser, I've got an ARB air locker out of a wreck. So I just had to buy the compressor and I'm off and ready. Up the front, the same as Richard. We've both gone for the JTX. We sell these good quality lights, and idiot me had bought a set off eBay a while ago, and you get what you pay for. A poor man buys twice. They're in the bin now. The JTX are on there. A lot of little trims inside. There was things like weather strips. So my windows rattle, so I've needed some Baileys and weather strips. Some of my, just over the years of beach driving and kids in the back, I did just tidied up. We can actually wind down the rear windows now. And also, I better mention above my head. Now, I've already got the Bush Company AX27 on the trailer. So I've put this one up here. This one's for mum and dad. So mainly living out of the trailer, but we'll sleep up here. And then I have both Richard and I lug the same trailer. Pretty similar setups. And with the trailer, I've got the other AX27. And from there, that holds the camping gear, things like the fridge. It's got the sink, all the accessories. It's got the pantry. Rich and I've put showers and hot water on them. And the kids, they'll be happily living on top of the trailer. So most of the weight's back there. We'll keep this one pretty light and empty. Inside, there was a few little things that weren't right inside. We'll start straight away. The seat, I found an unripped seat in a wreck and I'm over the moon. It's very comfy. And inside also, I've got to mention Department of Interior. Richard purchased a new one. I was so lucky when I bought the wreck with my 12HT. It had Department of Interior console in there. That's the same vehicle the locker came from. And on Marketplace, Marketplace is great. We spend a lot of money on our vehicles. I didn't want to buy a new cargo barrier. For 90 bucks on Marketplace, I got a rear cargo barrier. So that's mainly going to hold clothes and an extra fridge and stuff, and not going to smash the back of the kid's head with the cargo barrier. That's it. Everything else on this car has been in there plenty of other trips and is how it is. Also on the inside, we've got, I've never had a stereo in this car, something I haven't worried about. So we found, I believe it's just another one out of a wreck, JVC Bluetooth. We're going to be out of reception in some places, so a lot of Bluetooth going on. The locker switches, a little bit of tidying wiring, but overall this car wasn't too bad. It was mainly just mechs playing up and perished weather strips. We changed all that. Now I'm really happy. The maintenance is done. We're ready to go. Well done, mate. I really like your rig.
Yes, I really like my rig too. But anyway, it's not about the cars. It's not about the cars. It's about the cause. And Long Drive for a Drought, Drought Angels, it's all about them. So guys, if you can get on, just donate whatever you can. It's a really, really good cause. And I know you love it.
Mate, it's very dear to my heart. I've been since day one. It feels like a family. The people that go, once you go once, you want to go back. And it's not just about the Outback touring. It's you meet farmers, you meet local communities. We spend money in these towns, so we don't just go to the pub every night.
That's right.
We'll go to the bakery, the servo, the butcher, top up our food every single town. So it means a great deal for me. Country born myself, it's about looking after the people that look after us.
That's right.
Mate, how do people donate?
Well, get on to Long Drive for a Drought's website. It's all there to be able to, and the Drought Angels. Either way, it's easy.
Let's put a link.
We'll put a link down there. And remember, if any of you guys are anywhere near, get on and look at the itinerary. See when we're there. Come and say hello. We want to meet you guys.
So see you out there.
But I can understand why you wouldn't want to meet us.